I'm Arteta in, which means I was wrong to be Arteta out. It's the biggest load of bollocks I've ever heard. Yeah, real talk. Yeah. So I'm supposed to not be Arteta out when he puts us through the most embarrassing run in our history, gets us bottom of the table when Tottenham are top for the first time ever in English football history that has happened. I'm supposed to not be Arteta out when he embarrasses us over 2 legs to our former manager without scoring a goal and knocks us out of a semi-final, which he then eventually beat you in the final to win. Right? I'm not supposed to be Arteta out when he has us 15th for 5 straight games, losing to Aston Villa 3-0 at home for the first time since 1928, Wolves since 1970 saying, Leicester since 70 saying. Like, I could go on, Terry. There's probably about 50 different times he should have been sacked. Yeah, so just because I'm enjoying this season and that everyone at the club is now doing what they should have been doing 16 years ago when we moved to this stadium, all of a sudden that makes me Arteta in. The one thing I will say, right, is all these people that are sitting there enjoying this season when we're 5 points clear, 90% of them that are in this chat have never seen us be in this position. Yeah, and they're probably having the best time of their football fan supporting experience ever because Arsenal are 5 points clear with 12 games to go. Well, that's all I've wanted. And you like it, didn't you? You like being 5 points clear with 12 games to go. So instead of chatting shit to me, you should have been saying, do you know what, Lee? I wish we'd got on board years ago when you were spouting it for the last 8 years. Yeah, ain't difficult, is it? Because my no, Terry, you can laugh. You've known me. I ain't laughing, Terry, because it ain't funny to me, yeah? Right? You've known me since a long time, probably 7, 8 years, maybe a little bit longer than that online, but actually met about, what, 7 years ago? Yeah. Right? I've been saying the exact same thing for the last 7, 8 years. You know this. People go back to my fan cams on AFTV when I was calling for Wenger to be sacked when we sat second. Yeah, to Leicester. Oh, yeah, so my standard, hold on, my standards have stayed up here and all the way through 3 different managers, my standards have stayed the same. Compete for the title, I'll be happy. Yeah, whilst all of these losers have lowered the standards, accepted 8th twice, accepted 5th, accepted 6th and 5th before them, and now they're having the best supporter experience they've had in their lives because they've never seen Arsenal top 5 points clear with 12 to go. But somehow in their amoeba brain cell, yeah, I'm the negative guy. You should all be sitting there going, do you know what? Lever's right, you know, because fucking challenging for a title hits different than finishing 4th. Yeah, you can all laugh all you like. I don't give a shit if people think I'm arrogant. I do not care. Because
you don't know what I'm laughing at.
And say the same thing, and I'm still going to sit there at the end of the season if we win the league. I'm going to pop my 2004 bottle of Cristal off, and I'm going to smoke the fattest Cuban cigar in my Arteta's t-shirt. How about that?
So listen, I'm laughing because I've got. So what I'm finding funny is what you're saying. What I actually said. So if you actually watch my fan channel review, I kind of defended you to begin with because I said that he's genuinely happy they're winning, and like he should be. Like I said that, right? You heard that bit. Right. Yep. All I said about listen, all your reasons for wanting Arteta sacked, whether they ended up being right or wrong in the future, at the time of you saying them, for me, they held water. You know, the same as, like I've said in this show, anyone who wants Bruno kicked out the club for what he did, I understand it. I just don't necessarily agree that it's the right thing for us, and I believe he should be given an opportunity to prove himself. All I was actually alluding to is that the one thing you are wrong about that makes you now Arteta in, and it was a bit of a joke, is that you said he would never get you into a title race. And you are literally in one and you're celebrating it.
Oh,
therefore,
no. I got a prediction wrong.
No, I know. And that, for me, I just said it as a bit of a banter and a laugh and a joke.
The way you said it was, he's Arteta in, which means, your exact words were, he's Arteta in, which means he was wrong to be Arteta out, which is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard. It's the same when you're sitting there talking about Gary Neville. Oh, Gary Neville's agenda against this. Why didn't you use Paul Merson and Alan Shearer saying Arsenal are going to win the league? Why don't you say that? Because there's media outlets out there that are saying Arsenal are going to win the league.
And I've featured a lot of those guys. Same as
it's Gary Neville attack and Lee Gunner attack.
I featured Jamie Carragher on a video today.
I know. Different
is, so I have done positive ones about that.
What Gary Neville's got to say about Arsenal. He's a Man United fan. So what I've got to do is never going to give Arsenal props. He's Man U. He's played in some of the biggest battles ever with us. But then you've got Paul Merson, who's played for Arsenal, is a Chelsea fan, sitting there saying, do you know what? Arsenal are going to win the league. Alan Shearer sitting there saying, do you know what? Arsenal are going to win the league. So many of you could. All you got to do is Google.
No, I understand that, but there are also I've seen Peter Schmeichel, who's had some massive battles with Arsenal, say that he thinks you're going to win the league as well. So United,
I've not seen that on your videos, mate.
no,
So
I
can
get
only go
that.
on what I'm seeing.
I typically what I'll do on like all subjects, like look at all our subjects today: the Declan Rice news, Osherman news, United's defeat. I typically will talk about the news that's trending or what's being said. Like we spoke about it on the Top 6 show yesterday when Gary Neville basically said your comebacks are a bad sign. So we spoke about it because it was a trending topic within the Arsenal fan base. I won't pick up on a comment that's been made by someone that no one cares about because the viewers don't want to talk about it.
You can make them care about it because you've got 300,000 subs.
No, maybe.
50 to 100,000 views. You can show both sides, Terry, instead of just showing Lee Gunner's Arteta in, which means he shouldn't have been Arteta.
I have shown both sides because I show people that are saying positive things and I show people that are saying things that aren't always right. There's a mixture on there. But when it comes to the thing with you, from my point of view, it's very much a case of I understand why you've taken it that way. When I was talking about your reason for being Arteta out, because I believe this, all the things you've said about wanting him sacked, I think if you'd have believed that he could have got you to win a title, I don't think you'd have wanted him to be sacked. I think that even though you started badly, if you in your heart of heart were like, I think this manager is going to be elite, I think this manager is going to win us everything, I think you could have stomached those bad times a little bit easier than you did. Because people that did believe in Arteta, they got through those hard times begrudgingly because they thought they were going to win. So the point is,
no. There's two reasons they got through them hard times. Number one is because they've never seen us or feel the feeling of being in the
some of them believed you, but some Arsenal fans, not all, and there's only a handful of these that I know that never turned on him. They truly believed that you're there earlier than they expected, but they believe that this manager was going to bring you back to winning trophies. So my point is this: if you believe like they did that he was going to get you into title races, which is what you needed to support him, if you knew that was going to come, you probably wouldn't have been as Arteta out as you were. That's the only point I was making. The same as
there was nothing.
Hang on, bro. The same as everybody saying Bruno will never help Man United win a Premier League title. If this time next year or at the end of next year season, we win a Premier League title with Bruno as our captain and we haven't been smashed 7-0, everyone that's saying he has to be sold because we'll never win with him will be wrong. And if you're a Man United, if you're a Man United fan who says I'm Bruno out because we're never going to get into a title race with him, and then next year we're in a title race with him, you're wrong because your prediction didn't come true. And I'm just having a little bit of banter and a little bit of fun with it. I won't do it again though. If I don't want to upset you. Mate, I get on with you. I'm just having a bit of a laugh and a joke with it. Like it isn't serious, but I apologize that it upset me.
Your words were Lee is Arteta in, so don't let him forget that he was wrong for being Arteta out. That is exactly what you said.
Yeah, it's just a joke. The same as if Bruno continues to flip at Man United.
You have enough dickheads in your chat every Tuesday, Terry. I'm rocking up to mine.
Also, but Lee, if Bruno continues to flop from your perspective at Man United and we get battered again 3 or 4 more times, you're going to let me have it, aren't you?
Mate, just accept the wrong about Bruno Fernandes, mate.
You made me, because I had a bet at the end of last season when my prediction about Arsenal making top 4 was wrong. I sat on here and read out an apology to you. You know, I just took it as a bit of fun. I didn't sit there and think, oh shit, I'm fucked, good to leave. It's just a bit of a laugh and a joke. But as I say, I apologize that it upset you.
Happy days. It didn't upset me. I was just like, no, I didn't say that. I've never said I'm Arteta in. Yeah, which is why, I've said something. Because I've never said I'm Arteta in. I've always been Arsenal Football Club, do what is smashed the fucking stadium down for, that none of these idiots have ever been to, that want to chat breeze to me. Yeah, these are the same people, by the way, Terry, right, that sit there, right, hyping up mediocrity, making excuse after excuse after excuse for 8th, 5th, 6th, 5th, in the 5 years until now, right, sitting there telling people like me that I'm negative and toxic for demanding the club do what they smashed the stadium down for. Then all you get is, oh, it's boring. Well, it's not boring being in a title race, is it? Which is all I've ever wanted, which is why I'm happy we're in a title race. And it's the best supporter experience most of these people have ever had in their Arsenal supporting lifetime. Yeah, because when they're sitting there hyping up top 4, it don't hit as much as a title race, does it? Yeah, so maybe, just maybe, if we do win it, or even if we don't, and we're still there until the final few games or whatever, maybe next season, don't ever, ever, ever sit and hype up a 4th place finish ever again. Maybe demand another title race. Maybe the standards might get off the floor from now on. Yeah, because this is all I've wanted for the football club, Terry. I've seen us win 5 league titles. Yeah, not half of these people that are on social media that support us, not seen one. And if we do win it, I'm in the mud.